So welcome to this third season of Season Day Scholar. And today we have got none other than the editor-in-chief of ESNT Letters, Professor Bryan Brooks. As you know that in the introduction, we keep the secret of the achievements and everything. So you can find in the description as well as at the end of the video. So welcome, Bryan. It is a great pleasure and honor to have you on this program.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I look forward to our conversation this evening, or this morning, rather.
What do you see in a application if it comes for a assistant professor or PhD things? What do you look for and before rejecting or accepting? And be quick. We will finish in 15 odd minutes.
Well, this is sort of an imprecise science as well, right? And so, you know, I've had a chance to chair, I don't know, 8 different faculty search committees. You know, I'm serving on different search committees now for different individuals, even the university administrator. And so what are you looking for, right? I think, you know, if you can apply to a position and be responsive to the ad, that is to say, look, I'm not a nuclear physicist. I'm not going to be applying for a nuclear physics faculty position. So you do have to apply to the position. I think it's also really important for a candidate to understand the institute that they're applying to, right? Who's there, what is going on, what is the research strengths, how could I add to that or complement that or take that in new exciting directions. You know, think about the curricula. Are there core curricula courses that are going to be taught that may need to be covered? Which ones could you actually contribute to directly, right? At different levels, whether it be undergraduate or graduate levels. So oftentimes the fit, okay, and again, there's multiple people involved with search committees and faculty. Oftentimes are voting on these types of decisions, and then there's administrators. But the short of it is, I think if you're focusing on a position, you need to know about that position, the institute, so then if you're crafting your letter, okay, look, you've got to have the science, right? You've got to have the scientific background. You have to have the trajectory, right, in terms of asking interesting questions that are responsive to the position's ad or advertisement. But you certainly need to in your letter be aware of where you're applying. I can tell you, if you send a letter and you say, I'm looking forward to an opportunity to speak with you about a position at this university, and if you sent the same letter to another university but you didn't change the name of the university, it probably will not be favorably viewed by the search committee. So be very careful. Be very careful because this is your first opportunity to make an impression, and it takes a little bit longer effort, but that seriousness within the context of the application tends to be rewarded. And then look, I think there's also if it's meant to work out, it will. It has to work out for both sides, and so you know you're selling yourself to the university, but then you know once you get the interview, you know they're also trying to sell you on the university, right? And so this becomes a you know once you get to the interview process, so a number of different sort of dynamics, and obviously different locations will have different expectations. Yeah. But yeah, we're looking for people if we're asking for you know applicants in a specific space, that they would have specific expertise in the space that we're actually looking for during that search.
As an editor, you keep on rejecting paper every day and night. So tell me that how do you make that decision, that send it for review or reject it?
Yeah, you're asking me the tough questions.
And tell me as a ESNT later and as a if you were as the environmental management journal or for S total.
Yeah, well, I think you know I really don't want to talk about the other journals I used to work for. You know, I can give you some perspectives from EST Letters. Look, I mean, reading our author guidelines, number one, is the most important thing that someone needs to do. The letter has a specific word limit. It has a specific structure. We have
I am
expectations.
culprit of as well.
Well, I would know, but what I'm saying is that looking at the author guidelines to make sure that
Yes.
that your work is within the scope of the article type that you're applying toward. Okay. Now,
Okay.
also,
Second.
we partner a lot with ES&T, and so ES&T actually, and we include this as a link in our author guidelines, and I put this in editorials as well. There was an editorial put forward by our colleagues at ES&T on, why was my paper rejected without review? Okay, and so this is the name of the editorial, and if you're interested in ES&T, this is the other thing you have to do, right? Is you need to really look at the expectations for different area, and this goes through atmospheric science, environmental engineering, toxicology, microbiology, all of the different spaces. And so what are the expectations? Look, if you're working on nanomaterials, you better have characterized
Yeah,
them. So I think that the individual needs to really take careful look at the author guidelines and some of the editorials, because that'll really help folks that are interested in a journal, and not just ES&T or ES&T letters.
So, I mean, the understanding the trends of the few publications is necessary. I also say that please see that whether such work has published in recent past or not. If it is has been only published in 5 years ago, maybe they are no more interested.